We've all seen some big bad muscle cars in movies like Fast and Furious and Need for Speed, and wondered, damn, that is one good-looking car, without even knowing the name of the car, right? Well, today's your lucky day, because we're going to go over a list of the 10 fastest quarter-mile muscle cars of the 1960s. Starting with number 10, 1965, Ford Mustang GT 289. In 1965, when there existed a car such as the Ford Mustang GT 289, became the epitome of the 60s American muscle icon. It is the most American icon to have appeared resonating with the streets with its distinctive style and spirited performance. This Mustang GT 289 was equipped with a 289 cubic inch V8 engine fitted with 271 horsepower and 312 pound-feet of torque. It was an engine designed to be run at high revs, featuring such things as dual-point ignition and a centrifugal advance distributor. Not quite as large as engines in some of its competitors, the Mustang GT 289 showed its own muscle at the strip. It turned a quarter mile in 15.2 seconds and accelerated up to 97.1 miles per hour. Its performance and style combo have made it an evergreen classic, loved by fans and collectors. Number 9, 1969, Chevy Camaro Z28. The 1969 Chevy Camaro Z28 always stood out in every lineup of muscle cars, a participant in the fray that was the last year of the first-generation Camaro. The Z28 package, cooked up by Vince Piggins, made the Camaro a real contender. Up under the hood was a high-output 302 cubic inch V8 engine, good for 290 whooping horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. This was also achieved by a 4-barrel vacuum secondary 780 Holley CFM carburetor attached to the engine. The Camaro Z28 also had a 4-speed Muncie close-ratio manual transmission to make it agile on the drag strip. It sprinted through the quarter mile in 15.12 seconds, topping out at 94.8 miles per hour. And the combination of speed, agility, and sheer-bone brawn has carried the Z28 into muscle car. At number 8 is the 1964 Pontiac Tempest GTO. This small number established new standards in performance and road holding. The GTO's party piece was its 389 cubic inch, 8-cylinder engine, developing a lusty 348 bhp and 428 pound-feet of torque, mated to either a column-shifted 3-speed manual or a Hurst floor shifter feeding a 4-speed manual. Well, a driver's choice affair. Among these leading-edge features in the GTO's design were the torque-boxed perimeter frame and cutting-edge suspension that allowed it to respond properly and stay on track at the drag strip. Zipping 0 to 60 miles per hour would take 14.8 seconds to a top speed of 99 miles per hour. It's this mix of robust performance, precision, and pioneering engineering woven through the 1964 Tempest GTO that time has decided is truly legendary. Number 7, 1966, Plymouth Satellite 426 Hemi. The 1966 model of Plymouth Satellite 426 Hemi represents the standing proof of muscle car engineering and performance. The huge 426 cubic inch Hemi is rightly famous for its hemispherical combustion chambers and amazing power. This machine has a boastful 425 horsepower, along with 490 pound-feet of gutsy torque, an engine tough enough to be one of the most powerful of the day. Originally developed for NASCAR, the Hemi V8 became an option for the public in 1966 and made the Satellite all the more desirable. Available with either a 4-speed manual or 3-speed torque-flight automatic, the car was a driver's dream. In the Hemi-powered version, the Satellite covered the quarter mile in a very respectable 14.5 seconds at a speed of 95 miles per hour. The 1966 Plymouth Satellite 426 Hemi is one of those rare examples where understated appearance combines with phenomenal power to make a car that is a critical landmark in muscle car history. Number 6, 1964, Porsche 904. The 1964 Porsche 904 is an exotic car and a mixture of race technology and a street-legal car, so it is something unique on our list. This explains the dimensions of being road and racetrack worthy. The Porsche 904, equipped with a mid-engine concept that traced its roots from Porsche's 718 race car. The power was given to the car from a 120 cubic inch 4-cam flat 4-cylinder, delivering 180 horsepower at 148 pound-feet, hooked to a 5-speed manual transmission. An advanced feature of the 904's lightweight fiberglass body is that it was bonded to a steel chassis, thus permitting a low drag coefficient of 0.34. The car was tough in design, which allowed it not only to do very well on the strip, but also during endurance races. The Porsche 904 ran the quarter mile in 14.5 seconds at a top speed of 103 miles per hour. To that end, the innovative form and unique performance made it an icon in the automotive industry. Number 5. 1967 Chevrolet Corvette 427. The second generation of the Corvette years, well, this 1967 baby right here is a gem with brute performance and beautiful design. This model came equipped with a rather menacing 427 cubic inch V8 that produces 435 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. The one feature of many that helped set this engine apart was the presence 1282 CFM Rochester 3x2 barrel carburetor setup, which was affectionately called Tri-Power. Mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, the Corvette 427 was no slouch at the drag strip, galloping a quarter mile in 13.8 seconds and crossing the trap at 104 miles per hour. Raw power, advanced engineering, and distinctive styling combined to make the 67 Corvette a standout performer, a true icon in muscle car history. Number 4. 1963 Shelby Cobra 260. The car that embodied British engineering with American muscle. Actually conceptualized by Carroll Shelby, the Cobra 260 runs on a Ford 260 cubic inch V8 engine, churning to 260 horsepower and 269 pound-feet of torque. Similarly, the engine is mated with a 4-speed manual transmission, pulling the Cobra 260 to a quarter-mile drag strip of 13 seconds. The lightweight structure and high performance of the Cobra 260 qualified it for as high as 112.5 miles per hour. It was designed with a 4-wheel independent suspension, which gave very excellent handling and agility. The balance of power and precision in the 1963 Shelby Cobra 260 made it an archetypal sports car celebrated for its mind-blowing performance and style. Number 3. 1968 Dodge Charger 426 Hemi. The 1968 Dodge Charger 426 Hemi is a powerhouse, reflecting the pure force and performance that existed within the years of muscle cars. It featured the renowned Elephant engine, EH426 Hemi V8, with a very solid 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. The Charger was fitted with a torque-flight automatic transmission that readily plugged the powerful V8 to allow it to accelerate smoothly. On the drag strip, the Charger 426 Hemi ran the quarter mile to 13.5 seconds at a rate of 105 miles per hour. Supported with a B-body and weighing a lot at 3,979 pounds, the car had the gratifying property of being very stable and well-balanced on the road, making it do pretty well for itself in competition events and diverse sport driving. The 1968 Dodge Charger 426 Hemi is really the pinnacle of muscle car greatness and authority. Number 2. 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner 426 Hemi. The 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner is just about the most bang-for-your-buck car there is, with a big, badass 426 Hemi V8. It used to lay down 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque through a 4-speed manual gearbox, which made the car a performer. It is with this powerful combination that the Roadrunner was able to sail through the quarter-mile drag strip in only 13.32 seconds, finally reaching up to 107.7 miles per hour. Weighing 4,180 pounds, The Roadrunner was not only an example of a drag racing marvel, but also a leader in oval track endurance running. It's a combination of speed, power, and reliability, making it just another important accomplishment of American automotive engineering. The 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner was one of the most venerated artifacts of the very performance-oriented and creative muscle car era. Well, before we get to the number one car on this list, we want to ask you what you think about this video and maybe just build the suspense a bit more. Good enough? Well, cue a drum roll and let's check out the fastest car on our list, which is number 1, 1967 Ford GT40. This 1967 Ford GT40 is the top contender at the top of the list of the top 10 as the quickest quarter-mile dragster of the 1960s. Made by the great Carroll Shelby, this model made great strides in achieving the goal of breaking the haughty makers of Ferrari's stranglehold over the 24 hours at Le Mans. This 1967 GT40 utilized a 289 cubic inch V8 engine, which pushed out an estimated 306 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque. A 5-speed manual gearbox was instated to better exploit its raw power and aero efficiency. The GT40 returned to the 400-meter drag strip in great style, recording a 12.32-second run before topping out at 165 miles per hour. Aerodynamically designed with its racing heritage, this Ford GT40 of 1967 was an icon, easily making the icons of automotive engineering in the 60s. Which car did you know from this list? Let us know in the comments below. While you're there, make sure to subscribe to our channel as well to stay in tune with such amazing content. We'll see you next time. Drive safe, my friends. Want to know the worst cars in U.S. history? Check out this video to find out the failures in the U.S. automobile industry.